Third grade ELA text set 10. Honoring traditions. Why are traditions important? When you're a kid, you always want to be older. The story is called Bintou's Braids. Bintou wants to be like her older sister. She wants to have braids, but in her village, only older girls and women can wear braids. So this is Bintou's older sister hugging her. Here's Bintou's sister, Fatou. Look at the beautiful braids she has. Bintou would love to have braids like this, but she's too young. She has to wait till she's older. Maybe it's okay for you to have braids, but they probably are things you aren't allowed to wear or do because you're too young. Can you think of any examples? Do you ever feel like you can't wait? You wish you could grow up faster? That's Bintou's problem. Let's read the story to see what happens. My name is Bintou and I want braids. My hair is short and fuzzy. My hair is plain and silly. All I have is 4 little tufts on my head. Sometimes I dream that little birds make their nests in my hair. It would be such a nice place for babies to rest. There they would sleep and they would sing, but most of the time I dream of braids, long braids with gold coins and seashells. My sister Fatou has braids and she looks pretty. When she bends over me, the beads in her braids touch my cheeks. She asks Bintou, "Why are you crying?" I say, "I want to be pretty like you." She says, "Little girls can't have braids. Tomorrow I'll cornrow your hair." That's all I ever get, cornrows. So Bintou says that little girls can't have braids. They can only have cornrows, which are braids close to the scalp. Bintou wants braids that hang free, like her sister has in the picture. This morning, Grandma Suki is coming to our village for the baptism of my baby brother, who is 8 days old. Mommy has sent me to meet her. Here she is now, here in her blue gown. Grandma Suki knows everything. That's what my mother says. She says old people know so much because they have lived such a long time, and have learned more than anybody else. Since Grandma knows everything, I ask her why little girls can't have braids. A long time ago, there was a young girl named Kumba, who thought only about how pretty she was. She says, while stroking my hair, everyone envied her, and Kumba became vain and selfish. It was then that the mothers decided that little girls would not be allowed to have braids, so that they would only make friends, play, and learn. From then on, Kumba got cornrows. Grandma pulls gently on my ear and says, "Now, little Bintou, when you're older, it's fine to want to look your best and show everybody that you have become a young woman. But you are still just a girl. You will get braids when it's time." So it seems like Grandma and Bintou have a special relationship. I wonder if Bintou will be satisfied with her grandmother's explanation. When I sleep that night, I dream that I'm old. I dream that I'm 60 and I have braids with gold coins and seashells. And when I turn my head, the sun follows me. I shine like a queen. When I wake up, I look into the mirror, but I am still Bintou with 4 little tufts on my head. So look at the picture on page 12. Who do you think that is? Why do you think so? Today our yard is full of people in the best clothes. Earlier my Aunt Sophie shaved my baby brother's head, and now she holds him for all to see. Daddy whispers the name he and Mommy have chosen to Singna Mansour. The elder who leads the prayer, Singna Mansour, murmurs a short prayer in the baby's ears, and then he says aloud, "His name is Abdu." Now we can eat and have fun. Huge platters of lamb and rice appear. I look for the fish balls and hot sauce that burn my tongue. I eat sugary fritters and papayas. I watch the woman from behind the mango tree. My sister Fatou is there. She has put perfume oil on her scalp between her braids to make it shine, and also she says that the skin pulled so tight hurts less. Mommy's friends have braids with gold coins on their forehead. They say it is to show us children how the great-grandmothers we never knew wore their hair. It took 3 days to finish Aunt Ada's braids. They are so many that even my older sister Maddie could not count them. Miriam, who studies in the city, and her friend have braids that reach down to their waist. Her friend is not from here. I can tell because she talks with an accent. When I gave her a papaya, she said, "I'm Terry, and I come from America." I asked if the little girls there have braids. Many do, and they put colorful barrettes on each braid. They must look pretty, the little girls in her country. The women laugh and shake their heads, and the beads on their braids sound like rain. All I have is 4 little tufts of hair on my head, and I am sad. So how does she feel about not having braids? I walk to the beach like I always do when I want to be alone. It is so quiet. I only hear the waves, the wind and the palm trees and the birds, and then screams. When I look up, I see 2 boys waving and shouting. The canoe is sinking. I have to get fishermen. Quick, quick. The path to the village is wide and easy, but it will be faster if I take the shortcut through the bush. Nobody uses it because there are long thorns and sharp stones. I run and jump as fast as I can. Baba and Yaya are drowning, I cry when I reach the clearing. The fishermen rush past me and push a canoe to the water. Their paddles move fast, fast, fast. I throw a rope to the boys and pull them in. Back in the village, everyone gathers around me. Aunt Alamutu, Babu, and Yaya's mother brings me biscuits. Mother says, "You are a smart little girl. If you had taken the good path, you would have arrived too late. You have saved these boys' lives. We shall reward you. Tell us what you would like." Before I can speak, Fatu says she wants braids. Mommy runs her fingers through her hair. Where only 2 tufts remain, the thread around the others broke when I ran through the bush. "Then braids you shall have." Bintou is going to get her braids. How do you think she feels? Tonight I dream I have braids, and the sun follows me. I dream I see a little girl sitting in a tree. Yellow and blue birds nestle on her hair. Her hair is so pretty that everybody has gathered under the tree and smiles up to her. The sun stops following me, and shines on the feathers of the birds and the pretty hair where they nest. In the morning, Grandma Suki calls me to her room. She tells me to sit on the floor between her legs. She rubs perfume oil in my hair. "You are a special little girl," she whispers. "Your hair will be very special, too." I tell her that Aunt Ah is coming to braid my hair, but she says, "Hush now." I feel her fingers fast and light. I think she's doing cornrows. I feel tears in my eyes. I shut them tight. When it's over, I don't want to look in the mirror she holds. Grandma says, "Open your eyes, little Bintou," and that's when I see yellow and blue birds in my hair. Gone is the plain girl with the 4 tufts on her head. In the mirror is a girl with pretty hair looking back at me. I am Bintou. My hair is black and shiny. My hair is soft and pretty. I am the girl with braids in her hair. The sun follows me, and I am happy. Note from the author. I was born and grew up in France, but spent several years in my father's country, Senegal, in West Africa. From the very first day, I fell in love with the people, the history, and the culture. I admire the strength of the family, the importance of the community, and respect everybody has for the elders. And I have always been charmed by the grace of the women, their vitality and their elegance. They were beautiful, complicated hairstyles, but little girls, in contrast, have plain cornrows or the simplest of braids without any decoration. It is only when girls are older and become wiser that they too can have elaborate braids. They have to earn them. I love the idea of having to take the time to be a child, waiting for something deserving instead of always getting it immediately. That is what inspired this story. Bintou has dreams of growing up fast and being the one everybody admires, but surrounded by her loving family, she learns how to be patient, to be a little girl, happy with what she has. She learns to enjoy herself without envying the others, knowing that she, too, one day will become a gracious woman, elegant and full of life.